You're talking about how like, oh, I just want to get out and exercise, which is tough when it's, you know,
raining
December,
sideways.
January, February, March, sometimes April in Rochester. So imagine being able to ride a race course like the upcoming Tour de Cure, for example, without even putting your bike outside. How?
I honestly so curious here. Hannah Welker live at Cyclewerx on University Avenue. Team getting ready, and they're doing it in a very unique way. Hannah, please explain this. This sounds really, really cool.
Adam, it is really cool. Here at Cyclewerx, basically, these people come in, they store their bikes here, but when they come in, their bikes are on their trainers attached to this awesome technology that gives them the ability to virtually ride outside while staying indoors. So, Steve, we started on the Tour de Cure course, but now we're on what you'd call a workout, right? This is a normal workout that anybody could do.
That's correct. What we're doing now is one of our just basic workouts. Anybody can come in, do this, any kind of bike. It's a basic workout with intervals or tempo ride or any kind of mix that we want to do.
Explain to people if they just started watching the technology in sort of the resistance, because that's the biggest thing that I think is really unique about this place is you actually feel kind of what the terrain would feel like if you were outside.
That's correct. Yeah, what we do on our profiles is you'll see the profile changing and the resistance is going to get easier or harder based on where you're at in the program. So it changes for you as opposed to having a computer control it on an indoor bike at a health club.
Now, I got to talk about the seat, okay? I was talking earlier about how uncomfortable the seat was because if you look at some of these bike seats, look how narrow that is. Well, they switched mine out. They switched mine out and put a fatter seat on it. And I'll tell you what, it makes a world of difference. But Jason, explain why this seat, the more you ride, this seat will actually not be as beneficial as it feels right now.
Yeah, over time, basically that seat right there will get in your way of your leg flow, and you want to be able to have a thinner seat so that you basically have the same fit from start to finish where the cushion doesn't compress. So that seat's great for people going out once or twice a week. This seat's probably a much better fit for people that want to go out every day and have a consistent fit going forward.
And you say the more you ride, the more comfortable it gets. This is another example of a seat that a lot of people might use. I got to talk to Tim down on the end, though. Tim, I said, you know, you said you're kind of a beginner in the bike world. You've worked out your whole life. I mean, you don't even look like you've lifted a weight, whatever. I mean, you're not strong or anything. But I mean, you got on a bike now. You say you're kind of nervous about riding outside, though, and that's why you like this place.
Well, like, overall, I was a little bit intimidated about getting involved. One, because I knew nothing about bikes, but I had a desire to be involved in the cycling community. I'm a little tired. From a time standpoint, I can't go out on the road and get the benefits of what I can in a controlled training environment, and I can't be coached. So if I'm counting on Jason to be my cycling mentor, he'll be in the next town, is likely. So in this environment, they have a way to handicap us, so it's my 80% against his 80%. So even though we have separate output, we can spend time training together. He can coach me through the motions.
Yeah, that's a really neat way to put it. And are you getting more used to it as you ride? Do you feel like it's different?
I really enjoyed the ride. The seat is still a struggle. But I really enjoy the process, and they do everything they can to educate you.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm not the only one that's sore from this seat. And these ladies down here working hard, they, I'd like to point out, are running the Boston Marathon in, what, a couple weeks?
Next week. Next week. Yeah.
And you're still on these bikes, riding.
It's great training.
So it helps your running as well?
Oh, a lot.
And I'm not going to tell you what they have in their back pockets, but I'll just let you know it's a sweet energy boost. Maybe a jelly bean or something. I'll toss it back to you guys in the studio. We'll be back at Cyclewerx in just a bit to talk about some other programs they have going on as well.
I totally want to do that.
That sounds like my basement.
Awesome.
My husband has a trainer, and he's got his bike on there, and he's already buying all his accessories for his first bike ride. Yeah. Once you get hooked, you're hooked.